Try all the bacon you want. Just make sure you save room for the good.
Hillstar Farm Bacon. Country smoked flavor no ordinary bacon can match.
Renting a carpet cleaner is always an experience. You get to travel, meet people, and even exercise. But why rent when you can own the new Bissell Power Steamer? It deep cleans carpets, spills, stains, high traffic areas, even upholstery. With the new Bissell Power Steamer, carpet cleaning will never be the same.
Need some help with that?
$179.99 at Donaldson's.
You are watching WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul. All today's news with Mike Walcher, Debbie Ely. Dr. Walt Lyons has weather. Tom Hanneman has sports. And now, this is the 6 p.m. report.
It is something that has never happened in the history of the Minnesota Twins, but it happened today. Attendance for this season hit and exceeded the 2 million mark. Good evening, everyone. The Twins may not have won today, but a big record was still set at the Dome.
With today's attendance at more than 46,000, it was difficult to know which fan actually turned the turnstile for the 2 millionth time. So officials drew a ceremonial ticket stub out of a barrel. The winner is Bill Bolin of Roseville. He gets a trip for next year's spring training with the Twins in Orlando.
Unfortunately, for the second game in a row, the Kansas City Royals beat the Twins. Today's score 7-4. And it changed some things in the race for the Western Division title. Tom Hanneman joins us from the Sports Center now, and he has an update on what all this means. Tom?
Well, Mike, the Twins have to be concerned as we move into the final week of the season, but certainly there are no panic buttons being pushed right now. As you mentioned, they lost to the Royals this afternoon, 7-4. The key to the game, key to the loss for the Twins here in the 9th inning. Score was tied at 4, and Danny Tartabull hits a 3-run homer off Jeff Reardon. That gives them a 7-4 lead, and the lead held up as Kansas City pulls to within 5 games of the Twins with that 7-4 victory. And that was it for the Twins this afternoon. They have 1 game left against Kansas City. That will be played tomorrow afternoon. Michael?
Where do the Twins stand in terms of clinching the title?
Well, one thing we know right now, the Twins, unfortunately, will not be able to clinch the title at home this year. The earliest they can clinch the title is Monday in Texas. Now, they could, with a win tomorrow, they still possibly could clinch a tie for the Western Division with a victory tomorrow. And their magic number, that remains at 3. 7 games to play, and Kansas City is 5 games behind the Twins at the moment.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Tom. Debbie?
The Twins have not only broken their season attendance record, but last night's crowd was the largest ever to watch a game in the Metrodome. This weekend's attendance will be the most ever to see a Twins 3-game series. And as Daryl Savage reports, all this means the Twins fever is becoming an epidemic.
Thousands of these people weren't even born the last time the Twins won the division. Thousands of others can vividly remember suffering through each of the last 17 years. Together, these fans want to be a part of history.
I hope it's like nothing we've ever seen before.
I got to liking them, and I came to a couple games, and then I found out they were a pretty dang good team.
Not long ago, there was a time when the Twins drew less than 6,000 people to their game. Today, there were less than 6,000 empty seats. Fans are reaching out to grab a part of the success, but the Twins are not just Minnesota's team.
I'm from South Dakota, and that's what we get to cheer for is the Minnesota Twins.
There's no question about it. The team is bringing baseball fans in this area together. Of course, not everyone is rooting for Minnesota.
I'm rooting for the Kansas City Royals because my husband is a coach for the Royals and my son's a bat boy.
But most of the people who've come through these turnstiles are rooting for the guys in the pinstripes. Hitting the 2 million milestone is something that Twins fans and management have been hoping for a long time. The people who appreciate it the most don't even have to buy tickets to get into the Dome.
It feels good to go out there and have the fans behind us and rooting us on.
Fans supported us all the way. It's just a shame that we couldn't pull it out, but we gave it our best and just can't pull it short today.
Even during a loss, the apparent end of 17 years of frustration is worth cheering about. Daryl Savage, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
Meanwhile, Minneapolis police say their ticket trap will remain in effect for tomorrow's Twins game. That means that people trying to make a profit on tickets should think again. So far, police say they have confiscated more than $700 in cash and more than $1,100 worth of Minnesota Twins and Gopher tickets in their undercover operation. WCCO News was with the officers last night at the Dome when they arrested 4 people on misdemeanor offenses. The department plans to file charges against this man who got away last night. The fine can be as much as $700 and 90 days in jail for scalping tickets. Mike?
Tomorrow's season ender between the Twins and the Royals will be the only game in town. With the Vikings on strike, their replacements went to work for the first time today at Winter Park in Eden Prairie. The new Vikings were bussed in early this morning, even before the striking players set up their pickets. The replacements were fitted for equipment and worked out on the practice field this afternoon. That while the old Vikings picketed peacefully outside.
Oh, yeah, we're serious. You know, we've heard of peaceful demonstrations before, so that's what we're doing. I think just by being here, we're giving a message, you know, and by having as many guys as we have here right now, you know, it gives a pretty good message, you know, how we feel.
Tom Hanneman will have more on the striking Vikings and their replacements later in sports. If you don't have any kids, you may never have heard of them, but any parent of a child under 10 knows the name and the songs of Rafi, the Canadian-born singer and songwriter. We talked to Rafi today between concerts at Orchestra Hall.
Time to sing a song or two, you with me and me with you.
He's been called the John Lennon of the under-6 set. Rafi, and that is his real first name, began his musical career singing to adult audiences in the coffee houses of his native Toronto. But in the mid-70s, at his mother-in-law's suggestion, Rafi started singing to young children. And today, his popularity with children is such that parents must wait in line for some hours to get a ticket to his concerts.
I think they perceive me as their friend. And probably the empathy that I feel for them, probably on some level that comes across in my voice. I'm sure they sense that on some level I'm with them, I'm on their side.
But Rafi says he never takes his popularity for granted, and he views his relationship with the young fans as a great responsibility.
I am aware of my position. I'm aware of the opportunity accorded to me because actually I take that opportunity to make my music the most positive that it can be. And I make it a celebration of life. He left the others in this quack, 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 quack.
Rafi says his next project will be a series of sing-along books for children designed to bridge the gap between songs and reading.
Still to come on the Saturday 6 p.m. report, Minnesota Republicans rally.
As many with dreams of the White House do some Minnesota courting. Stay with us.
Songs to sing along with. From the Light FM, FM 103, WLTE. Listen to the Light FM at work all day, at home to take it easy, in the car to unwind, at night and on weekends to relax with the family and friends. Here's how we do it. No boring, sleepy strings, no elevator music, no blast of rock. Just hour after hour of songs to sing along with on the Light FM 103, WLTE.
Uh-oh, floor's wet. Looks so shiny.
A lot of cleaners look shiny, wet.
I shine.
But they dry, streaked, and dull. Well, not with new Mr. Clean. Its special formula dries virtually streak-free, so your floor looks shiny wet even when it's dry.
Uh-oh.
It's dry.
How'd you do that?
How'd we do that?
New Mr. Clean leaves your floor looking shiny wet even when dry.
Hi! Recognize this detergent? It whitens without the worry of liquid bleach.
Washing whites like this with liquid bleach used to be a real gamble.
Yeah, and I usually lost my shirt. Give up? It's Oxidol with green crystals with color-safe bleach. Look, 2 berry-stained shirts. Guess which one Oxidol whitened and which liquid bleach did. Look at the faded color.
I'm impressed. Nice white, no faded.
That's great, Mom. Come on, the red skins, not the pink skins.
So who whitens without the worry of liquid bleach? Guess.
A group that is concerned about the suffering of animals took its protest to the doors of a Minneapolis retailer.
Don't fight birds! Ban the trap! Don't fight birds!
The Animal Rights Coalition staged this protest outside Slamps in South Minneapolis. The group is protesting the killing of fur-bearing animals in steel traps. The protesters say the traps are needlessly cruel and urge people to stop buying fur coats. The protest coincides with the Convention on Animal Suffering that is being held this weekend in St. Paul.
Independent Republicans held their state convention today in St. Cloud. More than 1,000 Minnesotans turned out as the race for the White House next year heats up. But there were few fireworks today as party unity seemed to override the struggles between the national candidates and their state supporters. Terry Sater reports.
This year's state convention for independent Republicans was merely a pep rally for two presidential candidates, Senator Bob Dole of Kansas and Representative Jack Kemp of New York. Most Republicans say there were no issues at this year's convention, save one, win in 1988. But Kemp carried that issue one step further.
The purpose of a great party is not to defeat the opposition. The purpose of a great Republican Party is to lead, to provide superior ideas, and to provide superior leadership.
Dole supporters applauded Kemp, Kemp supporters applauded Dole, and the overwhelming message was one of party unity.
Well, I hope, first of all, that in an off-year presidential election convention that we all clap for all Republican candidates coming before this convention.
The Republican message was one of pro-life, pro-Bork, pro-Contra, pro-anything that makes the Republican Party look like the party of smiles. And Kemp says his party must also become a party for all people, white-collar, blue-collar, minorities, and leave no one behind. But at the convention, Republican presidential candidates Pat Robertson and Vice President George Bush were lagging way behind in support. Jack Kemp appears to have the most support within the state party. But if he falls behind nationally, Minnesota Republicans are expected to switch their support to whoever is the front runner next spring. With Nancy Suhu, Terry Sater, WCCO Television News, St. Cloud.
Kemp supporters had threatened to push for a straw poll during the convention to show their strength, but that effort fizzled out late this afternoon.
No fizzling out for some beautiful weather, and we'll find out if that kind of weather will last in just a moment.
Hey, relax. Your boss will love dinner. Look.
Country crock.
Country crock corn oil spread.
Made from 100% corn oil.
With no cholesterol.
He would go for that.
Rich, buttery country crock taste, too.
I'll go for that.
You've gone far enough.
Huh?
Rich, buttery, shed spread country crock. And now country crock corn oil spread, too. Made from 100% corn oil with no cholesterol and fewer calories than the leading corn oil margarine.
Well, dinner was a success.
Especially the country crock corn oil spread.
Your boss is really funny.
Yeah, you two have quite a sense of humor.
Well, we need one.
I wish Mommy was here.
Who do you think made Mommy feel better when she was your age?
You, Grandpa?
Over 20 million times every year, people bring their prescriptions to a Kmart pharmacy.
2 teaspoons?
For top brand name pharmaceuticals or generic equivalents where allowed.
Feels better.
And precise computerized prescription service, all at a Kmart price.
I thought this might make you feel better, too.
America's favorite store, Kmart, the saving place.
Weight Watchers' new Quick Start Plus program has a surprise for you. This year, we're giving you even more freedom. Now, not only can you choose what you eat, you can choose how you exercise. Losing weight has never been easier. There's just one catch. You may have to buy yourself a new wardrobe.
Here's your very last chance to join Weight Watchers for only $7 and lose up to 8 pounds in the first 2 weeks. So call Weight Watchers now.
Eddie, this is Mrs. Butterworth. Hello, Eddie. I love your syrup. I make 2 syrups, regular and light. Mrs. Butterworth. And they're both delicious
Because they're thick and rich and buttery.
She really talks better than you.
Mrs. Butterworth's is thick and rich and buttery. It's a delicious part of this nutritious breakfast. Mrs. Butterworth's, regular and light.
The Fragrant Garden for the Blind in South Minneapolis got a much-needed facelift today thanks to the Men's Garden Club of Minneapolis. Each year, club members plant fragrant flowers for the enjoyment of those who need more than color in their plants. Club representatives say they hope to install Braille labels on the greenery to help with the identification. I'm afraid with the hay fever I'm suffering right now, I couldn't smell those flowers.
Well, you can touch them anyway. You know, the last weekend of summer was pretty poor.
Yes, it was.
This is the first weekend of autumn. Boy, I love it. It doesn't get any better than this. I could have 6 more months of this. I wish we just came out of 5 more months of it, but we didn't. Right now, the radar is being watched to the tune of How Dry I Am. There's no precipitation about. Severe clear, pretty much. There are some clouds down St. Louis and a few developing out in the Dakotas, but right now it's a beautiful, beautiful day. A warm front, surprise, came through, but it was a dry warm front. The next weather producer is out to our west. It's a cold front, which will start giving us some showers by tomorrow evening. Yesterday, on September 25th, there was very little rain across the country. The national radar for today, September 26th, shows very little rain across the country. A few showers down by St. Louis, and Miami had an 1.5 inches of rain, but they're in the tropics, and they're supposed to get rained on. Looking at the larger view, we can see some clouds, high clouds for the most part, spreading through the south central plains. There was one thunderstorm, as I said, near St. Louis. Some showers are attempting to form out in the Dakotas. They may begin to bother us late tomorrow. For Hurricane Emily fans, well, there she goes, off towards England, probably. Winds of 90 miles an hour. This morning was 765 miles southeast of St. John's, Newfoundland. Bye-bye. It's gone. It did mess up Bermuda pretty badly, though, when it went through there. High 84 degrees today. That's only 3 short of the record. The low last night, 53. That's 10 above normal. Precipitation, nary a drop. And we now have less than 12 hours of daylight, but we're making the most of it. But tomorrow, we do have to watch this front. Ahead of it, strong southwest winds, a chance of a few widely scattered showers, but temperatures near record highs. And back of it, just sort of normal type weather. And, well, those were the lows, and here's Sunday's highs. 80s are going to be streaming north ahead of that front, and back of that front in the 60s, and that's where we'll be Monday. But for tomorrow, oh, go out and just hug everybody you see. It's just going to be one of those days. I mean, you're going to be in a great mood. It is beautiful out there in the lakes right now, and it should be tomorrow, though it'll be a little bit on the choppy side. Clear at the moment, 80 degrees, 56 the dew point, 44% the humidity. Winds are south at 14, and the barometer falling slightly at 29.80. For tonight, and it's just going to be clear and mild, 58 degrees. Light southeast winds tomorrow, mostly fair, some clouds by afternoon. We might get as high as 86 degrees. The breeze, though, will be up to 25 to 30 miles an hour out of the south and southwest. Tomorrow night, some scattered thunder showers in the area, low 59, and then by Monday, as the cooler air moves in, it'll be down to about 68, which is still okay, and scattered showers will linger around for a while on Monday. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures will be pretty close to normal, although we might even see some lower 40s, upper 30s towards the end of the week as a coolish air mass comes in. But still, it's going to be a nice fall-type weather. Tomorrow, though, is going to be just great.
This is the kind of weekend we'll remember when the snow falls and the wind howls in January.
Oh, you're right there. Thank you, Will. Coming up next in sports, the Twins tumble to the Royals, and the Vikings replacements take to the training field. We'll hear from both sides in just a moment.
Gotta listen.
The Fisher-Price Fun with Food toy set makes play food fun. And now Duncan Hines and Crisco make it easy to get the set free. Get your child a free set by purchasing any 5 Duncan Hines mixes or Crisco products. Look in this Sunday's newspaper and participating stores for a mailing form. Send your proofs of purchase and mailing form in early October for delivery before the holidays. Fisher-Price makes play food fun. Duncan Hines and Crisco make it easy to get the set free.
Watch the Minnesota Twins play their exciting brand of baseball. Join the excitement Sunday, September 27th for an exclusive pay-per-view event as the Kansas City Royals face the Minnesota Twins live from the Metrodome. Call your cable operator now to order. Game time, 1:15 p.m. Sunday, a Twins Vision pay-per-view event.
Hey, relax. Your boss will love dinner. Look.
Country crock.
Country crock corn oil spread.
Made from 100% corn oil.
With no cholesterol.
You'll go for that.
Rich, buttery country crock taste, too.
I'll go for that.
You've gone far enough.
Huh? Rich, buttery, shed spread country crock. And now country crock corn oil spread, too. Made from 100% corn oil with no cholesterol and fewer calories than the leading corn oil margarine.
Well, dinner was a success.
Especially the country crock corn oil spread.
Your boss is really funny.
Yeah, you two have quite a sense of humor.
Well, we need one.
Hi, right. Recognize this detergent? It whitens without the worry of liquid bleach.
Washing whites like this with liquid bleach used to be a real gamble.
Yeah, and I usually lost my shirt. Give up? It's Oxidol with green crystals with color-safe bleach. Look, 2 berry-stained shirts. Guess which one Oxidol whitened and which liquid bleach did? Look at the faded color.
I'm impressed. Nice white, no faded.
That's great, Mom. Come on, the red skins, not the pink skins.
So who whitens without the worry of liquid bleach? Guess.
Kansas City delayed the inevitable this afternoon at the Metrodome by beating the Twins 7-4. Twins are going to wrap it up, I think, probably Monday in Arlington. 7 games to play in the regular season. Twins now hold a 5-game lead over the Royals, who have taken over second place in the Western Division. Twins' magic number remains at 3. Oakland, at the moment, trails Chicago 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. If the Athletics lose, they'll be 6 games back in third place. Twins went right to work today, opening a 2-0 lead in the first on Kirby Puckett single to center. That brought Dan Gladden and Greg Gagne home. Gladden and Kent Herbeck both with a pair of hits in this game. Twins were shining defensively again today. Gary Gaetti has been spectacular at third all week. Again today, Greg Gagne made a couple great plays at short. A beauty here to rob Steve Balboni of a single. We've seen Gagne make that play before, and we've seen Kirby Puckett make this play as well before. 7th inning, 2 on. Kevin Seitzer goes deep. Kirby races to the fence, times his leap perfectly, turning a 3-run homer into a sacrifice fly. Take a look again, no question about it. The ball was going out. A run did score in the play. The game was tied at 4. 46,000 at the Dome today as attendance surpassed the 2 million mark for the first time. But once again today, we had an unhappy ending to the story. Danny Tartabull took Jeff Reardon over the wall, the 3-run homer, and the Royals hung on to win it 7-4. Tartabull and the Royals are gaining confidence now down the stretch.
I was real fortunate to get a good pitch off of Reardon, which is definitely, I consider, one of the best relievers in the league. And I got a good pitch to hit, got the better part of the bat on the ball, and I was just placed in the right place at the right time.
You know, you don't feel great after the ball game, the way we've lost the two games here, but you just, you got to look at the whole picture, and everyone's feeling pretty good the way we've done on this homestand.
Let's move on to the finish in Toronto today. Bases loaded, nobody out, full count. The Blue Jays down by 2, and you see Juan Beniquez tripled to clear the bases and win the game in the bottom of the ninth for the Blue Jays. That 3-bagger gave the Jays a 2.5-game lead over Detroit in the American League East. Toronto has won 3 straight from the Tigers now. Scores as they stand at the moment. There is the Twins final. Chicago leading Oakland in the 9th inning. Hold on, Chicago. Other games, Detroit fell to Toronto, as we mentioned, in 10 innings. Cleveland edged California by a run. It was Milwaukee 3-2 over Boston this afternoon. National League, St. Louis beats the Cubs, Pittsburgh over the Mets. Cincinnati 5-3 over Houston, while the Dodgers down the Padres 3-1. Well, the end of the NFL strike is not in sight. A management spokesman says the negotiations cannot be resumed now before Thursday. Locally, substitute players reported to practice today while the real Vikings picketed for the first time.
Strike scenes of other teams weren't repeated today at Winter Park, where the striking Vikings played it cool. In fact, the picket line looked more like a party line.
You can get your point across without being violent and without making an ass of yourself.
You people who don't have your names on your helmet, make sure you get them on before the next practice.
57 players reported to practice today, but their only links to the real Vikings were the uniforms and the coaches.
Well, we have to start almost right from scratch down at early camp at Mankato, and basically put in a very elementary or again a basic offense and defense.
So who are these guys, and why are they here? Joe Stepanek, who once played for the U, is trying to make a dream come true.
I've had other opportunities at other teams, but I haven't had the opportunity to play for the Vikings yet. And I think being in Minnesota, since I played at the university, you have more of a home atmosphere, and it makes me feel more comfortable playing here.
Larry Miller hopes to quarterback the new squad. It's a lot better job than selling insurance in Chicago.
Back home, I'm making $6 an hour. Definitely, I'm trying to put a deposit down on a car and a house, and, it's got my future to worry about, too. I don't think they mind, if I don't cross, somebody else is going to cross.
So hopefully they got the better caliber athletes out here now, and we're going to do our best to keep them undefeated.
No doubt the Vikings need some help, and they went looking for some today in Memphis. Over 100 hopeful football players showed up at a tryout camp. Some were athletes cut at pro summer camps. Others, college players, either looking to support a family or just fulfilling a lifelong dream. Viking scouts said they're looking for linemen, but if you look at the tape here, they're not too hopeful they'll find many players at today's tryout camp. In fact, looking at the tape, I didn't see one, even by looks, that might make that team.
All right, well, so it goes, Tom. Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Uh-oh! Forgot to add the fabric softener. Thanks!
If only she knew about Solo. You can't forget the softener in Solo, because Solo is detergent and fabric softener in one. Look, these muddy sweatshirts came out clean, but Solo's clean is so soft it's fluffed up higher.
Wait! I missed it.
Next time, get Solo. It cleans with a softness you can't forget.
If you're trying to lose a few pounds and butter is out, you're gonna love this.
Molly McButter.
Now you can shake on the taste of butter for just 4 calories.
Molly McButter.
New Molly McButter natural butter flavor sprinkles. The taste of real butter with only 4 calories per serving. A very wholesome, 100% natural 4 little calories. So indulge yourself.
Molly McButter.
You've got Molly now.
The Fisher-Price Fun with Food toy set makes play food fun. And now Duncan Hines and Crisco make it easy to get the set free. Get your child a free set by purchasing any 5 Duncan Hines mixes or Crisco products. Look in this Sunday's newspaper and participating stores for a mailing form. Send your proofs of purchase and mailing form in early October for delivery before the holidays. Fisher-Price makes play food fun. Duncan Hines and Crisco make it easy to get the set free.
12 years, Dylan. Go ahead.
Tangle one last time with James Arness, Amanda Blake, and Steve Forrest. Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge. Then it really gets heavy.
Yeah.
With William Conrad, a DA who lives on mystery.
Do you believe that miserable...
And Joe Penny, a cop who just can't say no to action.
That's true.
A special preview of Jake and the Fat Man tonight, right after Gunsmoke, Return to Dodge.
Wheel spinners, wheel grinners, wheel winners. Next,
I'm a wheel watcher.
be a wheel watcher
I'm a wheel watcher.
on Channel 4.
Every day.
Twins fever has struck again and with a vengeance in Fridley.
About 50 fans reported the same symptoms. Their hearts were racing, their bodies broke out in sweat. But then these were some die-hard fans. Before today's game, they took part in a session at the Class Action Fitness Club. Today's workout featured Twins uniforms, baseball motions, even a Twins song, and we leave you with a sample.
Now that we're parents, we better learn to cook.
First lesson, make sure your peanut butter's chipped.
The difference is just peanuttier taste. It says you mean the world to me.
More peanutty than any other big brand we've tried.
For your special ones, it's the taste for peanutty.
Being a parent myself, I've tried all the big brands, and Jif has more fresh roasted peanut taste.
Marvelous.
Peanutty difference.
Not in front of the children.
Probably the thing that would describe bounce to me would be outdoors.
It feels like snow when it's just fallen and you're in it. Bounces, clean, fresh.
When you wake up in the morning and there's snow on the ground and you smell that snow, that's what bounce is.
Outdoor fresh bounce.
Yeah. I think it smells like the blue sky.
Yeah, I think so.
Operator, I've been calling this number.
I
gotta have delivery today.
A cruise on Norwegian Caribbean lines can do wonders for your memory. You forget just about everything. Norwegian Caribbean lines, the world's best way to disconnect the world.
WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Look at this studio filled with glamorous prizes, fabulous and exciting merchandise, including fun on wheels with the new Mazda RX-7. And for that decorative touch, a crystal peacock. Or for the traveler, a 10-day Alaskan cruise. Over $123,000 just waiting to be won on Wheel of Fortune. And now, here's your host, Pat.
And the others?
Now for